Hey everyone, it's so good to be with you today. I'd like to talk about healthy marriages and what it takes to have it. So, I am so excited about this because this is my passion that to talk to you today about healthy relationships and strong marriages. So, here's the deal. We're going to get real and raw and into the nitty-gritty about the stuff we don't really want to talk about. But we're talking about it today. Marriages are important. They are the foundation of many of our societies, communities, cultures, and everything. It impacts so many areas of our world. And so, again, I want to just say, in my opinion, we haven't done enough to teach people how to have healthy, strong marriages because it has always had this stigma. When you have problems, you go to a counselor, you go to a coach, they dig into the past, often only to get stuck there. So one person likes to do that, right? And the other one goes in kicking and screaming. And it's like the shut up yes dance. I'm just saying yes, so you will shut up. They don't go in with a heart of really willing to hear and receive. And sometimes this works, most often it doesn't. Why? Because we have to be willing and able to do the work. So, talking about healthy marriages today, I want to reach out to those men and women, even that one, who see themselves in a few of these examples. So, are you fighting over the same issue again and again and saying, hey, can we just really talk about this? Or are you facing financial difficulties and feeling stressed, anxious, and worried all the time? Are you frustrated over not showing up as your best for your loved ones? So these are the things that I want you to think about. Repeatedly engaging in conflicts over the same matter. But it doesn't get better. Financial challenges and experiencing constant stress, anxiety, and worry. How does that help? Feeling frustrated about not being able to be your best. And knowing that you can be better. So what is one thing you can do when it comes to really identifying what you need right now in your marriage? And then when you do identify it, how do you communicate it? So there are two different actions that need to happen here, and it starts with you. Everything, anything and something, it always starts with us. But it starts with us in humility. Being able to put our best attitude and effort in moving forward. And the rest, the other option, is leaving the results up to God. So you can say then that you've done your best and you put your best foot forward. You've done the work and shown up. That's all you're responsible for doing. You can't take responsibility for another, the one on the other side of the bed. You can't. You need to let it go. If you haven't been taking responsibility, and if you have been taking responsibility for the other person, you are probably burnt out and exhausted, and you probably don't love them. That's not true. You probably do love them, but you don't like them. So here are some examples I often see with married couples. I've been doing this since 2010, helping people have better marriages before and after I do. Today, I would love to share with you how I equip couples to start the process of bringing hope, joy, respect, and honor back into their marriages. Instead of survival mode, you make a safe place to share, to live, to love. Does anything, I want you to think about this, does anything in your environment affect how you show up as your best? Are you overwhelmed, filled with anxiety? Do you have low self-esteem, resulting in shame and guilt? Do you have too many fights, with feelings left hurt too many times? You fought about the same thing, and too many lies that were told. Let's see if I can help you today, right now. And here's what we're going to do. You're going to do. Connect with your spouse. Set up a time to chat and not feel anxious or depressed, because you've created this space. You stepped out from the normal into the uncomfortable, but you also have the opportunity to make it safe. Understand what you need. Do you feel like the person is with you or against you? Ask them, are you working with me or against me? And hey, what we're doing now, I feel like I'm going uphill with you. So what do you need? You need to avoid hard conversations with your spouse. You avoid hard conversations because you think handling things yourself is easier. Do you ask for forgiveness after a hard conversation instead of permission? Have things gotten out of hand? Well, I just want to share with you, you need a reset. You need to hit the button. Not snooze. You go to bed and look at the person next to you and say, who are you? How are we going to do this for the next 30 days, let alone 30 years? Now, I want you to know these are okay thoughts. But here's the thought I want you to replace it with. Are you going to invest in your relationship? Do you want to learn what it means to nurture your marriage, to rekindle the spark? Or do you want to just keep on doing the same thing and perhaps the spark might go out? Or do you want to just roll the dice and cross your fingers and hope you seem loved and appreciated in your marriage in the next season? But how will you keep that spark lit without the right tools? It's good to hope, because hope means that there's something still is alive. But how do you keep that marriage alive going into the next season? If you find yourself in a situation where the last person you desire to engage in a conversation with is your spouse, you'll naturally seek out conversations with anyone else. And consequently, you drain those relationships. You drain the life out of your family, out of your friends. So if you're going to do some of these things, and if you already are doing these things, you need to hit the reset button. You need a reset. There's a breakdown in your marriage. Inevitably, it will end in bigger decisions down the road if you don't do something now. In most things around us, we can see what needs to be done. Say one of your children are sick, one of the kids are sick. What do? You'll do anything to help them to feel better. You'll kiss their forehead, see if there's a fever. And if there is, you'll take them to the doctors. You'll get the medicine that they need. You'll do anything. What if, say, for instance, your plants look sickly? It tells you that something is wrong. You'll find a way to fix it, right? But when it comes to our relationships, especially in our marriages, do you tend to avoid what is right in front of you? And you just keep on keeping on? There is something better. You need to find what it will take for your marriage to thrive, for you to flourish. So if you're dealing with or finding you're dealing with what we discussed, this is what I do. I will help you rewrite the story of your marriage. Sometimes you're not on the same page. I can show you how to be a catalyst of positive change in your relationship. So it's not about looking back, even though you'll take some of those things from your past to see how you got here. But you're going to learn what it will help to plan for your future together, to be on the same page, crossing a bridge and taking down the walls and using those bricks to make a bridge to cross over on together through transitions, right? It's also about moving better forward, better and stronger, more effective in your marriage instead of ignoring things and just hoping they will work out. Eventually, the hope will just die out because it's hard and complicated. You've given up on your spouse. After all, things will never change. If you're saying yes to these things, we need to connect because, precious one, you need joy, you need hope. And because at the heart of all things are possible with God. And so I don't want you to ever feel hopeless or not feel joy in your marriage, in your life. And listen, I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's filled with rainbows. But we're going to fill your toolbox with tools that you could pick up that will shorten the time frame that makes it difficult. You will have a chance to restart, hit the reset button, and be a catalyst of positive, healthy change in your marriage, in your relationships. So I agree, it's hard. I agree there's a struggle with communication with your spouse. I agree that sometimes you feel that you're not appreciated. And even though you try to ask for what you need, you feel like nobody's there to help you anyway. So then you just stop asking. If this is you, and you want to learn more about what I do and how I can help you and to create that marriage manifesto, I would like to hop on a 15-minute chat. So I'm going to put my calendar link in the first comment, and it would be an honor to see you on my calendar. May the Lord be with you and bless you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.